Welcome back, ladies and worms. Let's see what we got today. It is, let's see, it's a 2001 Pontiac Firebird, stating all they told me is that reverse went out on it. So, you know, normally when you hear that, you would think it's gonna be the shell, which you would then lose second and fourth also at that time. So, you know, maybe they just didn't drive it, they didn't know, excuse me, but generally, you know, when you get that complaint where it's a sudden loss of reverse, you know, it's gonna be the shell. Now, I mean, we could have other issues in it, Planetaries, reaction carriers, all that type of stuff, but generally, you know, it's the shell is the normal thing that breaks, and that's the issue. So, you know, I already tipped it over. The fluid, you know, they left a bunch of mounting stuff on here. I already pulled that off, but the fluid, when I drained it, was very red. Didn't see any type of contaminant in it at all. So, let's get into it and, you know, see what we got going on. That's weird. 350 pan bolt, so it's probably stripped. You'll see that a lot. They'll just create new threads in the aluminum with a 350 pan bolt. Yeah, see. I'll check it after it's all cleaned. Well, she's in there too, boy. Been on there a while, I'm sure. Yep. Yeah, see the fluid? Oh, there's a little bit of dirt, but it's pretty red. Now, there's some metal coming through. Yeah, the pan looks really clean. So I wouldn't think a planetary issue, you know, otherwise we'd see a lot of chunks, but the pan is pretty clean. Very minimal magnet, no big chunkies. You know, we got some sediment, but you know, nothing too crazy. Should have zapped this bell off here first. Sometimes they're problematic to get off, as you know. I gotta find my right bit. Again, apologies, not set up for it. I just kind of grabbed stuff. I came in, I had to get this done today so I can get my parts all ordered up. Yeah, so it's probably been through before, because normally they won't come off that easy with this gun, and there's really no Loctite left on the bolts. Yeah. I usually have to get out the bigger Ingersoll Rand gun to get these off here. Get your lockup O-ring off here, which looks fairly new and would be black factory, but it's from a Toledo trans kit. I just know the color. So it's definitely at least had that done and been into somewhat. Just bust these loose while we're here. Another thing too, a lot of people, they will, your overhaul kit comes with the new bolt O-rings. You know, if you're in a pinch, you can see how it kind of gets flat. The O-ring will get flat, you'll get a leak, but if you don't have them, you know, clean it real good, put a little silicone, a tiny amount of silicone around the head there, not a lot, but you should replace it. I mean, I always do, and I also put a little bead of silicone on it as well, even with a new one, just a very small amount. Doesn't take much. turn it back here. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get the extension housing off because the two-wheel drive won't be able to get it all the way out of there. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. I'm doing it with my phone instead of the GoPro. Yeah, these are kind of loose too. No, I got it zip tied. Let's see. The sensor doesn't have much debris on it. So again, it's kind of leading me to think we don't have a total destroyed unit. Yeah, so it's kind of minimal. I mean, there's really nothing on the tip of it. So, it's usually when you get your Planetaries that fail, you get a lot of that. And now the bushing, I mean, the bushing's got some decent wear to it. It was originally a Teflon, not the bronze dimpled, which is what should be in here, but you can run either. A little bit of wear, nothing too concerning with that. It's got an all plastic shallow filter. It is a shallow pan being a car, Camaro, Firebird. OEM would have been half metal, half plastic filter. I mean, it does look pretty collapsed and clogged in the filter media. There's a lot of, you know, filters doing its job, picking up what it needs to. You know, I'm assuming to see what I'm guessing. I'm just assuming from what I was told and just in general with 4L60Es, I'm assuming to see, you know, typical 3.4 being smoked, band probably hurt a little bit. And then, you know, the addition of the shell breaking. I mean, it's got the original wiring harness. Let's see if I can show you here. Yeah, so, you know, it's definitely the original harness. The solenoids, they are kind of misleading, but they look original. I can tell that they're at least not aftermarket. A little loose. But I mean, they all do look original to me. And they probably are. So I really need to get this up a little higher, but again, I don't have anybody here to hold cameras and stuff for me. So let me see if I can get it up a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, we got the church next door going badonkers. Kind of quiet today, really. Get my other sockets I need. I like to get the 8s out of the way. And remember, the 8s, they're a little longer and they have to go here, here, and here in this little L shape. Can't put them, like if you put that here, it's gonna lock the shell. You put it here, it's gonna lock the shell. So they have to go where they're supposed to go, otherwise you can obviously cause problems. Now let's get the servo out of here, hopefully. It's loose. It is. And she took off on me. I'm kind of hoping, since it was rebuilt recently, or somewhat recently, it should come apart relatively easy for us. Come on. Don't know where my channel locks are. So let's see. Turn this a little bit more. So yeah, the fourth servo was oriented correctly. It is a Corvette servo, and like always, it's stuck into the case bore. The rings are correct. It is an OEM servo, better than the aftermarket. Let me get a rag. Look at the pin. There's a decent amount of scarring on the pin. It just needs polished up, resealed. The bore itself looks good. This is a real bad collection point for a lot of debris too, just inside this cavity. And that capsule, I just replace them, period. I don't even test them, I don't care. Every unit gets a new one. It's usually about every 6 to 7 out of 10 is actually leaking. Just kind of like a average that I've seen. All right. Oh, let's get the rest of this thing apart here. Get our lockup, 10 mils. Get all our wires disconnected. Kind of drape it over the side. Get our 1-2 accumulator. That's pretty loose. But see, I'll do this too when I'm tearing these apart. You know, especially once I think someone's been into it, I'll check to see how tight some of this stuff is, and just use my torque wrench and see what we get. That one was not bad, 12. Book's 8, I think, 8.5 or something. That one's almost 12 again. This accumulator one though was pretty loose. Come on. Wait for to reset. There we go. Yeah, it's like not even registering. Almost feels like it's cross-threaded. Usually it's a gasket misalignment. Yeah, see? Some hokey shit going on there, boy. I mean, going to accumulator, totally cracked. I don't know if they double stacked or what they got going. Looks like a Transgo shift kit spring. Yeah, so maybe they only did this portion of it, but I'd have to look at the instructions to make sure that's correct. But how they had it in there was like that, which is kind of defeating the purpose really, even if that is correct. With a cracked accumulator, it's just bleeding big time. I won't run plastic. I won't run it like this. I do my own setup in the accumulators, depending on what the customer wants. The bore still looks good. Get the yoke sleeve out. See, and again, a lot of people don't replace these, and it is flat as all get out. I'll show you. It's probably gonna break on me. No, it's still soft a little bit, but look how flat that is. Yeah, it's starting to cut. Yeah, so that's what kind of seals it to your yoke. Keeps it from leaking. You get a slow leak, gets low on fluid. Most people don't check their transmission fluid like they're supposed to. The next thing you know, you burned up your 3/4s and you wonder why. Well, that would be why. Because you ran on low on fluid and didn't even realize it. Like I said, the fluid does look pretty clean, so that's a good thing we got going for us so far. Let's get our manifold pressure off here. And twist it. That one's not stuck, but you always want to twist. Not really too dirty. Diaphragms all look... That one's a little deformed, not cracked or anything. I mean, it gets a new one, I don't care. All the electronics get new. Let's get all your bolts out of the way. I like to try and do it slow so I can see where the check balls were, if placement was correct. And that's how I'll put these back on too. Use guides. Let's see. Take the accumulator cover off here for the forward on the valve body. Yeah, don't lose your springs. Be a little more careful than I am, but because I can take these 100 of these apart into a big pile and put them all back together correctly, and I have a lot of spare stuff. So I mean, the forward, again, it's plastic. It's not cracked, not split. I wouldn't run plastic. I won't. It'll usually on the forwards I run a pinless. And the 1-2s, I do a custom stack up and the 3/4 also. See if they pinned this for lockup. No, so everything's OEM. Well, at least that. Usually the PWM TCC is usually pinned or modified with a transgo valve, which it's not. But the valve bodies, I won't know because I will take this. Let me see. I mean, they should have hit a little better. There's some gaskets still kind of sticking, but you know, I got to flat file it, take every valve out, clean every valve, every bore, polish it, reassemble it, then vacuum test, and then figure out what I'm going to do based off my vacuum test results, if anything. I mean, if it tests good, it tests good, then it's good to go. Generally, though, I will always update the 3/4 shift and the sequencing valve end plugs with O-rings. And I almost always change the abuse valve plugs, almost always as well. Even though they test good, a little high, you know, 15, 16, I still replace them, and then you'll get it up to about 17 or 18. Let's see what we got on the check balls here. Get this off here. There's a little loose feeling too. That's really important for low and reverse. Let me get the last bit of this out of here. And I can move the gun, put it away. All right. Where's the magnet? All right, the check balls. Let's see if I can. So it's already had the valve body repair done to the plate here. That's the only location, which is the most common of failure. That one should have been done too. That's pretty rough. Well, at least it's not cookie cut. It was scraped off at least. Yeah, I mean, you can see where it's a little repair puck that they make. Fitsall makes that. I mean, that's fine. I put a new plate in them and drill it the way I want to drill it. But I mean, you can see some of the wear here to the plate. These three surfaces are still good. That one has a little bit of wear, you know. So if you look at it, see that little indentation, you got a round ball trying to seat that. That little divot there will allow some fluid to pass by, and it's a sealed hydraulic system. You don't want leaks, and that's a little leak. This would have been massive. That's why they replaced that. You would also have a little leak here. See, there's some gasket material, you know. That's why I keep saying this and showing this is your friend if you're working on transmissions. Like, see that little bit of like discoloration, old gasket? I mean, yeah, you can get it with a razor blade too, but if you're gonna reuse it and you wanna keep it flat, you don't wanna really do too much, anything crazy to the plate, and you just want to clean gasket off. See, look, I mean, it still needs cleaned up in the washer and everything, but it got all that gasket material off. Same thing with the case. The case looks pretty good, but we can see we got gasket material still left on it. And what I do on all these, every transmission really, my stone, you know, it's got fluid on it, so we got the lubrication, and you just sit here and kind of just work it. It's like we watch where that, you'll see where it'll eventually take all that off of there. I'll go in multiple like passes. I'll go this way, then I'll go this way, then I'll go like this, then I'll go like this. And you can kind of, camera might be picking it up where you can see, and they did use a cookie cutter along the pan rail. I just don't like those for that type of a thing, because I don't know how well the camera picking it up, but I mean, I can see it real good just because of the way the light's hitting the metal, and I can see how uneven, I know it's just a pan rail, but I can see how uneven that actually is. This is generally the last thing I do before I put it in the hot tank, is flat file it. Yeah, they just got a lot of, they got a lot of little gasket material and stuff left on it. And nothing too crazy, but still, it shouldn't be there. Get your 3/4 accumulator out of here. If I can get a hold of the pin. I don't want to have to get the air. Just get the pin out, then you can use the pin to kind of grab a hold of it. A lot of times and pull it out. Not every time. Sometimes you still have to hit it with air to get it all the way out. Yeah, I mean, it is another Transgo shift kit spring. It's your other check ball, don't forget it in the case. You have a captured check ball. If it's missing, it's not, it needs to be there. Get my socket, 30 mil. That's what I use to take the, pop the case connector out, so it doesn't break any of the tabs if you were to reuse it. I don't reuse these, the wiring harnesses. I mean, they make a tool for it, but I mean, you got a 30 millimeter socket, it's the same thing. All right, I'm gonna try and drain some of this fluid out. And then wipe it up, and then we can get into the guts of it. The stator is pretty worn. It's not terrible, but I mean, the wear is starting there on the stator. I'll show you a little better once I get the pump out. All right. Yeah, you can kind of, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see all the metal, little slight metallic and dirt on top of the fluid. Now, if they built the pump right and aligned it correctly, this should come out very easily. If not, I'll have to get the pump puller. just wedged in between the drum and the pump. It's a little stiff. It could have been better aligned. I mean, you can see where it drug on the side of the case when they're putting it in. I mean, it was good though. It's not that it was bad, but it could have been better. That bushing is a wrap. Common. Stator tube does have some grooves in it. Let's see if I can get my light down in there a little better. I don't know how well. It's so hard to show you guys some of this stuff. But the stator is grooved up right there at the lip, which is going to be a leak for your 3/4. So it 100% needs a stator tube regardless of how the splines are slightly worn. The fact that on the back side there, which is sealing for the 3/4 in the input drum, would be a call to replace that stator tube. Pump surface feels good. And again too, I mean, you can leave the stator in or take it out, you know, if you have like a big lapping block and just work the pump like this. I do have a big lapping block and I always take the stator tubes out and work it with diamond paste on a lapping block. But the pump is good. This part of it looks like it has, it's got an upgraded boost valve, standard pressure regulator valve. So it's Transgo boost valve, standard TCC valve. You can tell by the colors of these springs and the way that looks. Yeah, see, so it is the Transgo. There's the shim. It's going to be a 0.500 Transgo valve, which is fine. This is actually what I put in almost all of my builds anyway. But the pressure regulator needs updated. Well, you know, leak tested first. If it's leaking, then it's going to have to be reamed and an oversize installed. But I always put in the drop-in style pressure regulator updated valve in every one of these. Let's get our TCC valve springs out. Yeah, it looked like maybe one of those was broken, but it's not. Yeah, it's still fine. So the pump stator is good, body is, or the stator's bad, body good. On the stator side. And get into the pump gear. The guide, the rotor, a little bit of scoring on it. I mean, you can tell how far the converter was in. I would have liked to seen the converter in this unit a little further. You have all that much more meat to come in to the pump. So you can see that shadowing. The dark area is untouched. The silver part is where the converter was riding. So, I mean, it looks okay. Other than the converter wasn't in far enough, in my opinion. That looks fine. The slide looks good, so they probably put a pump kit in it. Looks like it. Recently-ish. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera with my arm. The pin's okay. A lot of people miss that too. Teflon bushing. Still looks pretty decent, but it's getting new bushings throughout. Just part of being doing a good build on it. Don't lose your little pump pin slide spring. So the pump overall is good. That's good because that's an expensive part of it. And then onto the drum. to get them out, you want to kind of pop the band there like that. So you get the band off this anchor pin, and then you just push up to grab the anchor pin. It's so slippery with gloves on. Then you get the anchor pin out. You don't have to take it out before you pull it, but I always do. You get your pump washer. With the band off, the whole drum will come out real easy, just kind of, unless it's destroyed. So yeah, so they reworked the drum. You can see their grinding marks on it. I mean, it's okay. If it's out of round though, it really should have been, you know, replaced. And then the band itself. And it says high performance. I'll have to look at that. I don't know whose brand that is. But I mean, it's just a high energy line. It's got nice heated anchors on it. I'm digging those. Keep the pin from going bad. But yeah. I mean, it's got an OEM number, but that's not an OEM band. Still plenty of material left on it. There's some slight scoring on it there, you can see. But I mean, that's really, you could technically reuse this band without a problem. There's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, that little heat mark, yeah, I mean, you should replace it, but I mean, you could easily get away with running that still. But I'm not, you know, too keen. I don't know what brand it is, how long it's been in there. The 3/4s, tolerance looks good. You see my camera's not up high enough at all. I'm gonna move it over here. Let me get the washer and stuff out of here. It's got a 68 spacer. I don't care, I'm gonna set my own end play. Let me get this set up so you can see me go through the drum. All right. So yeah, I mean, the gap looks solid. I would say that's probably, it's been about 45, 50, which is decent. It's got all the return springs in it, which is good. The Raybestos stage 1s, decent. The steels, again, so someone was in here and they didn't replace the steel plates. These are definitely not new-ish. They're definitely the factory ones that they just put an LS kit in this unit, a less steel kit. And you know, you're gonna see all that hot spotting. You know, it would have been better off to put a master kit in it, some new steels. I mean, they didn't cookie cut them either, so I mean, I guess I can only bitch so much, right? But I mean, yeah, I mean, the frictions are in good shape. Pressure plate, slight hot spotting. I'll try and put it on the lapping block first. Same with the top pressure plate. If I can't get it cleaned up with that, then it's gonna need new pressure plates. Get our return springs out of the way. And the forward gap is a little excessive. I mean, I could fit my pick completely under it. See if I can get this apart, reaching over it. Grab your input sprag. Keep it all in order. Get your bearing out of there. I gotta dump it, hold on. Scooch this back a little. All right, so we got our forward pressure plate. This should have been replaced. This is gouged pretty good. They should have never reran that. Stage one again, you know, again with the steel plates, they reused them. But I mean, the clutch is intact. It's not burned up. Got your wavy, your overruns, again, reusing the steels. I mean, you know, whatever. I don't do that. Let's make sure they have the right count. They should have 5, they do. Their wave, the overrun. So it's oriented correctly. Let's see if they changed the sprag. I would hope so, because this would originally had a single cage sprag. Hopefully they put a dual in it. Looks like it. Yeah, so it is a dual cage. It is a Borg Warner, I could tell from the number on the cap there. So the sprag's been updated, that's good. The hub's still intact. That race is good. The hub's good. That race is good. Yeah, they use like an early style because normally this is captured inside of that, the input sun gear, the little chunks. I mean, you could use the type that's like this, that stays there, or you can use the individuals. But I'm not liking how their clutch pack clearance was for forward. I have to tighten that up a little bit. It was probably about like 80 thousandths. It'll still work, but it needs to be tightened up. Then our reverse input. Got your cone, correct, and of course we got our used steels again. Friction looks intact, nice. Looks good, good. So yeah, probably gonna see the same in low and reverse as well. Let's look at the drum a little closer. Needs new bushings for sure. There's some slight hot spotting on the drum, but the only way really to check is with a straight edge across it and see if we have a gap coming through there. It probably will be. 99% of these all have that problem. I mean, it might surprise me too, you never know. Yeah, I mean, the camera, well, see, it's going to be really hard to show you this. I mean, you can't really, let me see if I can turn it. I'm trying to look through the phone. There, you see a little bit of light coming through the bottom there. Let me see if there was a spot that was pretty bad. Well, bad enough that I would want to replace, like right there. Wait, let me move the camera. Or my hands there, you see that? Right down there where it meets the drum. See how I'm seeing a little bit of light to that bottom corner, like right there? That's showing me that the drum is like curved. Granted, the more that gets, the more the band will burn. That's probably why we started seeing that hot mark on this bottom edge, is because of that. So let's take a look down in the drum. A lot of times that gets missed. Where the lug towers are, they get notched out. Those are pretty notched out too. Right here, it gets on a point with it. Trying to keep it on camera at the same time. Where'd it go? Like right here. See how that's grooved in there? That's when the steel plates will start to rotate this direction. They get caught. The bottom cushion plate gets caught in that indentation it's created, and you'll get a delayed reverse. So I mean the drum needs replaced anyway, so it's a moot point. So, all right, let's go back over here. apologize for that. All right, and let's get into, hopefully they have the snap ring in right. Because if they do, it comes out the first try every time. But if not, then it's upside down. So it was right. Because if you look, it actually is tapered. See that slight taper to it? So if you come in with your snap ring pliers and the taper is correct, the points are closer together for your snap ring pliers versus if it's upside down, they'll keep slipping off. You'll still get it, but it makes it a pain. It won't affect functionality. It's just when you come back in to work on it again, it's a nightmare to sometimes get that off of there. Input hub looks good. Check the pinion gears for any side wobble. Don't feel any. Then use your sun gear to check your captured bearing, which I don't like when I'm seeing all that stuff down inside there. You see that? What is that? Looks like a rag or something. Like a red rag or a shop rag. Yeah, I kind of noticed it on there at first. I don't know if you saw me kind of picking at it. But anyway, you would use this to push down and you'll feel when you're spinning this, if there's any burrs on that bearing inside of it, you'll feel them with your hand if you know what you're feeling for. Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like something. It's not clutch material. The ring gear looks intact. The hub looks fine for the 3/4 clutches. A little bit of wear there, probably where it failed before, whenever who built this the last time. Bushing's old and tired, and there's another piece of that. It's like stuck into the bushing. It's like fabric-y. It does, it looks like clutch material. So we checked our planet, our input planet's good. This is fine, needs new bushings. The washer was replaced, it's fairly new looking. It's actually in good shape. It's got a beast shell, which is good. Well, I mean, you can do that. It's gonna affect their end play. They use just a standard 4-tab washer for the backside here. The beast one is different. It's a different thickness. You can still do this, but you will have to adjust your end play. I actually have, because you can get those, I actually have the correct washer. I keep them. I keep a couple of them. So the bushing is original. Either double it or get a Sonex wide. So with no reverse, I mean, that really is not making much sense to me at all. I was expecting to see this stripped or broken. He's got some other issues somewhere. Could be valve body, I don't know. I won't know any of that valve body stuff until I get the valve body, like I said, completely torn apart and tested. Using just a clunk spring, center support's not rotated, so it should come out the first hit. Clutches look intact. Just got to get it back in there to get the output shaft out. Well, the church is going bonkers next door. Get our clunk spring out of there with this drain. Take a look at what we got going on here. All right, so let's see. Make sure they have it stacked right. Stage 1's like I was kind of assuming. Keeps dipping on me. Let me move this back. Hang on. Alright. So yeah, it is the stage 1s. They do have it stacked right. You got your wavy, that's how it should be. Wavy steel first, then a regular steel, then your friction's alternating. Let's see. Yeah, they don't look hurt at all. And you can run a 350 steel or friction that's thicker to, clean up your clutch pack gap on a 4L60E if you need to. Because they use the same steel. It's like you could run these low and reverse steels in a 350. The turbolator ones, which these are with the holes, or just the non-turbolators, but the difference between the 350 and the 4L60 stack up here is the friction. That's it. Let's see. Planet feels good. And again, to check your captured bearing, you would use the rear sun gear. Feels smooth as butter. You got a rear ring gear and hub. You gotta watch here where the bushing will chew it out. The splines sometimes can be damaged, which they're not, they're intact. I see a lot of people struggle with that shaft, like, to get that out of there, and you can see how it's peened. So when they do it from the factory, it'll be installed on the shaft. It's all the way installed, and they peen this, and it'll keep this, it doesn't really matter if it floats a little, but that's just what they do from the factory. And you can see how it kind of deforms a little bit to lock it. So the rear planet's in good shape. So why it has no reverse? Sprag is old. It's not failed, but it is old. It's original. The race is still intact. That washer is not going to be enough to throw that off to where, because it was a thinner washer, the Beast washer is thicker. So if anything, the actual correct washer would have pushed this further away from it. Using the thinner one, got it deeper into it. If you were to think that this came out and was just sitting here and spinning for no reverse, that wouldn't be it. So it's not from that washer either. I'm not sure, to be honest. I will have to, let's take a look at the, let me air check the rear piston. Let's see. I'm just going to apply air to the piston feed and see if it travels. If it hisses or doesn't travel or whatever, there you go. But usually when you see that, you're going to have burned up plates, which we don't have. It's holding air fine, no leakage at all. You can see the piston came out, retracted fine. Now, it was pretty loose on these 3 bolts here that I took off of this plate, which is on right here like this. If that's loose, or if this isn't flat, or if there's gasket, you can have a problem with reverse. It looks okay. There's some gasket material up on the case there. I'm just working that little plate on my stone. I'm gonna go hit on the lapping block real quick. 1 second. Because I've already got it loaded with paste from the other day. Move this torque flat out of the way. Because this will show me right away real quick if it's flat or not. Because if it's not, that's a problem. And it will contribute to a huge pressure loss for reverse. Get it wiped off. Yeah, it is not flat at all. I really hope that picks up on camera. If you look how the high spot is here and here, this is all untouched. Just for real quick on the lapping block. I'll have to keep moving it to hopefully it picks it up, but you can clearly see where it's high here and here. This area is high, this area is high, but all this in the middle is just nothing. Let me get it a little cleaner. It might show up a little better, maybe. That's so hard to see. Yeah, that's picking it up. I'm looking on the phone. Yeah, you can see like right in through here from on the lapping block, that little bit, and then right in there where it's starting to cut it a little bit. This is untouched. I'll go work it a little bit more. And there's some gasket material on it still too. Not a lot, but. Looked like I started getting a better cut on it, on the block. Get that diamond paste off of it, wipe it down a little better. It's getting there, but you can clearly see it even more so. Yeah, see how the gradient is coming in more. In here you can see it's like at a little bit of an angle, untouched still, but I got a little more into it, almost to that bolt hole there. And this because there was some gasket material on that. Still needs work. Well, that's a problem. Didn't notice that till just now. See if I can show you. Look at the size of the feed hole for this drum. That's way too small and the wrong size. And this is your reverse input clutch stack. Let's see if it has enough pressure to apply it. It's applying, but it's also leaking. See if I can get to show you this, which is odd. It might not have had enough at all to really even apply it ever. And that's why we didn't see any burnt clutches. Watch over here as I'm applying it, if I can get it. See that bubble, those bubbles coming out, you see that? Let me snag this drum apart real quick, look at the lip seals a little better. That's definitely a problem though, and it is your reverse input clutch. So, but if it was a massive leak, I would have expected to see burnt plates in the reverse input, which we don't have. They look pretty decent. Let's just snag it apart and see what we see. Well, that was weird. The piston was actually, the return spring was hung up in the snap ring groove. Let me get it back over to the bench. Yeah, I could hear this inner ridge was caught in the snap ring groove. Let's check the rings. Just kind of feel them for any nicks, any cuts. They're pretty soft. I don't feel anything, but it was definitely leaking. I could see it when I was hitting it with air. Boy, it's Spanish church time next door, man. My mic's picking that up or not. I mean, the ceiling rings feel good. This is not the right drum, and it's a very small feed. And plus, with running that big reverse boost and boost valve, that 500, I don't know. I'm gonna have to really dig into it a little deeper. It might reveal itself a little more on why loss of reverse, because I'm not seeing a dead like bang giveaway. This will definitely contribute to it, but generally, when there's such a bad leak from this not being flat, you will have, I mean, the plates will be just disintegrated. They'll be destroyed usually. So, definitely a weird one for sure. Case bushing is right. I don't know, maybe I'll stumble upon something clearer. I mean, there was a lot of that weird particulate. So, you know, we might have hung valves, you know, the reverse boost and all that stuff. It could all be valve body related too. It's hard to say on what they did installing that shift kit, because it's not a complete shift kit. They just put pieces of it in. And yeah, because it's the stator, it's the big feed for the stator, but the small feed on the drum, and I don't know if it's like a compensation problem where it couldn't compensate for the different input feed of the fluid for the drum. I mean, it could be something like that too. Yeah, that's there. Flat as could be, but that's really odd. It's a strange one, guys. But again, when I get into the valve body, you know, I'm probably gonna find something there. I would say so. But I mean, it does need new steels. It needs the correct washer for the shell, new bushings, the stator for the pump, a new valve body plate, all new electronics, and all that stuff. But yeah, don't you know, forget to, you know, like, share, subscribe, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning this up, get it ready for the tank tomorrow, get my parts ordered, and get with the customer, get him his price build total. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching me on a Sunday, and check back soon.